Hello guys, this is Shoaib Yaqub. In today's session, we will discuss the next question of currency swap. This is March-June 2017 attempt question. Let's start with the requirement, discuss the advantages and drawbacks of using the currency swap to manage financial risk associated with the franchise in Vetonia. It's a 6 marks part. B part, to calculate the annual percentage interest saving which B company could make from using a currency swap compared with borrowing directly in Vetonia, demonstrating how the currency swap will work. Second part, evaluate using NPV the financial acceptability of the B company operating the rail franchise under the terms suggested by the government of Vetonia and calculate the gain or loss in euro from using the currency swap arrangement. This is of 8 marks. So there are 2 parts from the currency swap. C part, calculate the result of hedging the receipt of $7,500 million using the currency options and discuss whether the currency option would be a better method of hedging this receipt than a currency swap. Okay, let's discuss the question. B company is an international transport operator based in the Eurozone which has been invited to take over a rail operating franchise in Vetonia. Whereas the local currency is the dollar, previously this franchise was run by the local operator in Vetonia, but its performance was unsatisfactory and the government in Vetonia withdrew the franchise. Company will pay $5,000 million for the rail franchise immediately. The government has stated that B company should make an annual income from the franchise of $600 million in each of the next 3 years. So you are going to spend $5,000 and you will receive $600 million in each of the next 3 years. At the end of the 3 years, the government in Vetonia has offered to buy the franchise back for $7,500 million if no other operator can be found to take over the franchise. So at the end of 3rd year, you will receive the principal amount plus return $7,500 million. Spot exchange rate is 0.1430 euro over dollar. Predicted inflation rates of both economies are given. B company finance director has contacted its banker with a view to arranging a currency swap since he believed that this will be the best way to manage financial risk associated with the franchise. Swap would be for the initial fee paid for the franchise with a swap of principal immediately. This is very important. With a swap of principal immediately and in 3 years time, both the swap being at the today's spot rate. So 5,000 is being swapped at today's spot rate and it will be reswapped at the same today's spot rate at the end of year 3. B company bank would charge an annual fee of 0.5% in euro for arranging the swap. B company would take 60% of any benefit of the swap before deducting bank fee, but would then have to pay 60% of the bank fee. So B company will get the 60% benefit and B company also have to pay the 60% fee. Okay, both of these borrowing rates are given of both the economies. In order to provide B company board with an alternative hedging method to consider, FD has obtained the following information about over-the-counter option. Normally in P4 in AFM, exchange traded options are generally tested, but in this case, examiner has tested the over-the-counter option, and it is given in Vetonia dollar. Exercise price is in Vetonia dollar. Premium is percentage of the amount hedged, and 2 spot strike prices are given. Discount rate is 14%. Okay, let's solve B part first, then we will solve C, and last we will discuss the A part. Calculate the annual percentage interest saving which B company could make from using the currency swap. So let's write the first step of the swap contract. Let's write both the companies name and their interest rates. So B company can borrow in Eurozone at 4%. B company can borrow in Vetonia at Vetonia bank rate plus 0.6%. Here B counterparty can borrow at 5.8% and Vetonia bank rate plus 0.4%. Let's make the swap arrangement. So first swap arrangement is B company can borrow in Eurozone and counterparty will borrow in Vetonia. In the second swap arrangement will be counterparty will borrow in Eurozone and B company will borrow in Vertonia. Both of will arrangement will be like this. It's Vertonia bank rate plus 4.4%, and second one is Vertonia bank rate plus 6.4%. Yes, 5.4, 5.8 plus 0.6.4%. And if we see, this structure is cheaper. So first step, in first step, we have decided that B company will borrow at 4% in Eurozone, and counterparty will borrow at Vertonia bank rate plus 0.4%. Okay, and it will generate a saving of 2%. So in second step, we will distribute the saving, distribute the savings. B company will get the 60% of saving, that is 1.2%. Counterparty will get the remaining saving 0.8%. And third step, calculate net savings. B company will have to pay 60% of the fee cost, and fee is 0.5, so its fee will be 0.3, so net saving will be 0.9%, and counterparty annual saving is 0.8, deduct the fee, that is 0.2, its saving will be 0.6%. Okay, what will be the final step? Fourth step. Fourth step is calculate after swap cost. Whenever you reach at the fourth step, just go back to the first step and look at what was the first step, that B company will borrow at 4%. That means if B company has already borrowed at 4%, its final cost will be in floating rate of Vertonia bank rate plus 0.6. But because of the swap contract, we will get saving of 0.9%, and its final cost will be WBR minus 0.3%. Whenever you reach at the fourth step, just go back to the first step. That what was the first step? In first step, we have decided that counterparty will borrow at Vertonia bank rate plus 0.4%. Now its final answer will be in the fixed rate, that is 5.8. So counterparty will borrow at 5.8%, but because of the swap contract, it will get saving of 0.6%. So its final cost will be 5.2%. So this would be the final cost, final after swap cost of both of the companies. Now let's demonstrate that how overall swap structure will work. Okay, this is B company, this is counterparty. First step, borrow from bank. So then, and the last step is after swap cost. So what was the first step? B company has borrowed at 4%, and this company has borrowed at WBR plus 0.4%. B company final cost is WBR minus 0.3, and its final cost is 5.2%. And both of these companies have paid the fee, and fee was paid by B company was 0.3%, 0.2%. Before fee cost is this 0.3% is already been included in after swap cost. So going up, we will deduct this WBR minus 0.6. This will be this will be 5%. So how much you will be going to receive and pay? So if you are going to pay floating to your bank, so you will receive the floating rate from the other party. So you will receive the LIBOR, the Fatonia bank rate, and here you will pay the Fatonia bank rate. So this Fatonia bank rate is a positive number, it's a negative number, both will be cancelled. That means you will have to pay 0.6. So how much you will pay here to balance this equation? 4.6% here and 4.6% you will receive here. So both of these will be balanced out. So that's how you will solve the B first part of 4 marks. Now evaluate using the NPV, the financial acceptability of the B company operating a rail franchise under the terms suggested by the government of Britonia. That is how you're gonna solve this. Question structure will be, there are 3 years in, and cash flows in Britonia dollar is, you will just pay $5,000. You will receive 600, 600 and 600. I'm breaking this year 3 into 3 steps. You will receive 7,500, but I'm breaking this 7,500 in 2 parts, 2,500 and 5,000, because in B part we are going to discuss that you have done swap agreement of the 5,000 principal amount with the other party. So if you exchange your $5,000 at the current spot rate now, you will reswap that amount after year 3, the same principal $5,000 and at the same spot rate. So what about the exchange rate? In today, exchange rate is 0.1430 dollar over euro over dollar. This is of year 0. Now let's take the interest rates. 0.1430 euro over dollar into 1.06 divided by 1.03. So of year 1 it is 0.1472. What about the year 2? Into 1.04 divided by 1.08, it will be 0.1417. What about the year 3? Into 1.03 divided by 1.11, this is 0.1315. So 0.1430 0.147215, if I correctly remember. Sorry, 1472 1417. So 1417.1315. This is all in euro over dollar. This is also 0.1315, and this will be at the same spot rate 0.1430. So we are going to multiply, because all amounts are in dollars. 5,000 into 0.1430, this is 715 negative. Second one is 600 into 0.1472, 88.32. Let's take 88 value. 600 into 0.1417 is 85. 600 into 0.1315 79. 2500 into 0.1315 329, and this is 715. So discount rate is 14%. The same 715. Discount rate of first year is 0.877. Second year is 0.769. Third year is 0.675. 0.675 because all of these years are year 3. So year 2 is 0.877. This will is 77. 85 into 0.769. This is 65. 79 into 0.675. 53. 329 into 0.675. 222. 705 into 0.675, that is 483. So 483 plus 222 plus 53 plus 65 plus 77 minus 715. So the NPV is 185 million euro. So because these all amount is in euros. So that means it is a positive NPV generating project. We should accept the project, but all depends upon the forecasting of these exchange rates. If exchange rates are different in future, definitely our analysis will also be different. Okay, what about the question, next question, that is calculate the result of hedging the receipt of 7,500 million using the currency option and discuss whether currency option would be a better method of hedging this receipt than a currency swap. Okay, let's solve this. If we solve this with the currency swap, answer will be 715 plus 329, 1044. Using currency swap, answer will be 1044 million euro. Without swap, this $7,500 million would have exchanged at 0.1315 over, sorry, euro over dollar. It's euro over dollar, and that is equal to 7,500 into 0.1315. That is 986 million euros. So that means swap is a better contract. So let's discuss the option contract. So the number one step is foreign currency amount, and that is $7,500 million. So number two step, what would be the call or put option? Let's see what is this contract is all about. This option is Virginia dollar, and what we are going to receive Virginia dollar after 3 years. So if we are going to receive Virginia dollar, that means we have to sell that Virginia dollars. So this is a put option. So Virginia dollar put option. Third step, there is no settlement date, there is no contract option, number of contracts. So next step will be identify the exercise price. Exercise price. There are two exercise price. We will solve with both of these exercise price, 7.75 and 7.25 dollar over euro. 7.75 and $7.25 over euro. Next step will be calculate premium cost, and premium cost is option 1.6% and 2.7% of the amount hedged. 1.6 and 2.7. 1.6 and 2.7%. So it will become 7,500 into 0.016, $120 million, and this will be 202.5 million dollar. So we need to convert this into the home currency using the current exchange rate, and current exchange rate was 0.1430. It will be 0.1430 euro over dollar. Why we are converting at the today's exchange rate? Because we have to premium now. We have to pay the premium now. 2.1430. This is 29 million. And it will be 120 into 0.1430, $17 million, 17 million euro. Okay. Last step. If we exercise the option, we will convert this $7,500 million at 7.75, $7,500 million at 7.25. Why we are dividing? Because rate is in dollar over euro. Amount will be 7,500 over 7.7. This is 968. And it will be 7.25, 1034. So this option is not worthy. But if we calculate the total cost, total receipt, it will be 968 minus 17, and here it will be 1034 minus 29. It will be 1,005 million euro. Here it will be 951 million euro. So this is not a good exercise price. We will not going to select this exercise price. This is a better option because it will create 1,005 million euro, but still swap contract is a better option because it will generate 1,044 million euro. So if we choose between the swap contract and the option, swap is a better method because it will create 1,044 million euro. But it all depends on the future exchange rate. If exchange rate gets worse, definitely swap is a better option. But if exchange rate gets favorable in the future, you can lapse the option and you can convert your amount at the better exchange rates. So that's how you can compare the swap and the option. So in this part, swap is a better option. Okay, what is the first part? Discuss the advantages and drawbacks of using the currency swap to manage financial risk associated with the franchise in Bretonia. This is a 6 marks question. Let's discuss with the help of a answer. Okay, in currency swap, we exchange the interest rate every year with the counterparty. Payment of interest in dollar can be used to match the income B company will receive from the rail franchise. Obviously, when B company will invest in Vertonia, it will invest in dollar amount, and it will also receive income in dollars. So when you take loan in dollars, you can match your income in dollars with the expense in dollars. B company will be able to obtain the swap for the amount it requires and will be able to reverse the swap by exchanging with the other counterparty. Other method of hedging risk may be less certain. The cost of the swap may also be cheaper than the other methods. So this is dollar expense matching. It is cheaper. Swap can be used to change B company debt profile if it is weighted towards fixed rate debt and its debtor want a greater proportion of floating rate debt. So if you want to exchange your loan to the floating rate debt, that's how you can reduce your debt profile. You can change your debt profile by swapping your amount with the using the floating rate debt. What are the drawbacks? Counterparty may default. This is a big risk because in exchange traded derivatives you do not have to face this type of risk, but obviously in over the counter derivative this is a huge risk. Swap may not be worthwhile means of hedging currency risk if the exchange rate is unpredictable. If it is assumed that exchange rates are largely determined by inflation rates, predicted inflation rate in Vertonia is not stable, making it more difficult to predict future exchange rate confidently. If the movement in the exchange rate is not as expected, it will turn out to have been a better for B company not to have hedged, because if exchange rate becomes favorable in the future, definitely swap is not going to help this company much. B company is swapping a fixed rate commitment to the Eurozone for a floating rate in Vertonia. Inflation is increasing, so it is a risk that in future interest rate may rise, and if interest rate rises in future, that will hurt this company in terms of cost. Swap does not hedge the whole amount of receipt in year 3. Swap is only hedging the $5,000, but in year 3 you are receiving more amount compared to this $5,000. If the government decide to impose exchange controls in Vertonia, B company may not be able to realize the receipt at the end of year 3, but will still have to fulfill the swap contract. That can be another type of risk in terms of foreign investments. So that was all from today's session. If you need any help, you can contact me at this email address. This is shoaib@5mil.com. You can also approach me on Facebook at www.facebook.com/shoaib And third, you can subscribe my channel and you will receive a regular update on different types of questions. Thank you so much.